All right, let us look at the different ways in which ice moves. Ice moves in different ways, right? And those ways can be different depending on the location of that glacier. The glacier, like we said, refers to what is a glacier? It's a mass of it's a mass of moving ice. So ways in which ice moves. Ways in which ice moves. The first way in which ice moves is referred to as plastic flowage. Plastic flowage. From the word plastic and the word flow, once you burn plastic, what does it do? It, it melts, right? Once temperatures rise in areas that have ice or glacier, what happens to the ice? It melts. So plastic flowage is the movement of ice like a viscous liquid. This is the movement of ice like a viscous fluid, like a viscous fluid. That is what is called or referred to as plastic flowage. Now, we also say that great pressure is exerted at the bottom sides and center, causing some ice particles to melt slightly and move slowly downhill like a viscous liquid. Basically, we are saying that it is caused by the weight of the ice mass exerting pressure causing the ice to melt, causing the ice to melt at the base, at the base, at the base. So when ice melts at the base, it will flow slowly, that mass of ice, because it is not the whole mass that has melted. It is just the base of the ice. And what is causing it to melt? The pressure. Where has the pressure come from? The weight of the ice. The second way is referred to as basal slip. Basal slip. Now, understand the origin of the word. The origin of the word basal. There is the word base. And what is the base? Which part? Down there. Okay. So what is the slip? Is to slide. So basal slip is the movement of ice by sliding over the underlying rock. This is the movement of ice by sliding over the underlying rock. Therefore, when ice slips or slides over the underlying rock, that is referred to basal slip. And this, we are saying that pressure is exerted on deepest layers of ice in contact with the rock beneath, causing it to do what? Pressure causes the ice to do what? I've already said that. Ice to to melt. Exactly. Therefore, a film of water is created which acts as a lubricant at the base of that mass of ice. So we are saying the melted water or the melt water, the melt water acts as a lubricant. The melt water acts as a lubricant. Therefore, that lubricant enables the ice to slide on that base rock, causing uh, the ice to slip and slide over the rock and move down the slope. Let's go to the third way or process. Is referred to as extrusion flow. Extrusion flow. Extrusion flow. What is extrusion flow? When you talk about extrusion flow, we are basically talking about ice spreading from the center outward. The center of the glacier spreading outwards. Here we are saying that this is the movement of ice by spreading out. This is the movement of ice by moving outwards. By moving outwards. That is what we refer to as extrusion flow. Extrusion flow. We can also say that ice accumulates building to great thickness at the center, causing the compression of layers of ice beneath. Remember, ice originated from what form of precipitation? Let's see whether you remember. Which form of precipitation did ice originate from? Which form? Which form? Snow. We said that for ice to form, there has to be accumulation of snow. Those layers of snow are the ones that are compressed to form ice. So we are saying that pressure accumulates, compressing the layers beneath. Pressure accumulates, pressure accumulates, pressure accumulates, causing compression of layers, causing compression of layers beneath the layers beneath, because ice is in layers. The layers beneath, therefore, are forced to spread out where there is less pressure. The layers beneath are forced to spread outwards where the pressure is less, where the pressure is less. That is what is referred to as extrusion flow. Extrusion flow. All right, let's go to the last way process in which ice flows or ice moves. That is referred to as internal shearing. Internal shearing. When we were studying the topic faulting, we talked about the process of shearing. When we were talking about movement, plate tectonic movement, what did we say shearing means? Uh, Moving past, there are two ways. There are two ways of moving past each other. Huh? One can be over the other, and then they move in opposite direction, or they are on the same level, but they are two, and still move past each other in opposite direction. So when we say ice moves internally through shearing process, this is what we are saying. That breaking of ice into smaller pieces which move alongside one another, or broken masses of ice move past each other. Broken masses of ice move along or past each other. Along or past each other. So when ice or uneven, this is the uneven movement. When uneven movement of ice develops, it causes ice to develop cracks. So due to uneven movement of ice, cracks develop. Due to uneven movement of ice, cracks develops. Cracks develop. So why are cracks developing? Because the mass of ice did not flow or move in the same way. In the same way. Evenly. Not the whole mass. The whole mass did not move evenly. Maybe because of some obstacles in some part of the way. So this we are saying that when ice is flowing, it could be blocked, some part of it, and therefore one part will move faster than the. Also, we can say that the base or the floor or the underlying rock would be having different texture, right? Some part would be smooth, other would be rough. So on the smooth surface of the underlying rock, the ice on that side, that part of this, on that side of the ice will flow or move faster, right? But the one that has rough surface, the rock, the underlying rock, the ice will move slower because of what? Friction. And that will lead to the ice moving faster or on one side than the other. That is what we are calling an even movement. That is the one that will cause the ice, the mass of ice, to develop cracks. For example, if this is the mass of ice that is flowing, and this side there are obstacles, or the texture of the surface of the rock is rough, and this one on this side it is rough. When the glacier is moving, on this side it will move slower than this one, so it will cause the ice to crack. So once the ice has cracked at the center, this side will move slower than this side, causing them to slide. This one will slide past this one. And that is what we are calling shearing, internal shearing. So the glacier breaks into smaller pieces which move alongside each other down the down the slope, down the slope. And those are the ways in which ice moves. As we have said, those are the four ways in which ice moves in the process of glaciation. So, before we conclude uh, that segment, is there anyone with a question? Any question? About the process? Any question? So, if there is no question, it is important that we have understood those ways in which ice move, and I hope you have understood the process of glaciation under the segment processes in which or ways in which ice